When you live in an entertainment bubble, sometimes your bad behavior goes unnoticed. But now Chris Brown is behind bars because of the fact that he got kicked out of rehab. So he was in rehab, and while he was there, he broke 3 rules. So for one, he was seen touching a woman's elbows and hands. There was a rule within the rehab facility that he needed to stay at least 2 feet away from all women in the center. He also violated a rule requiring him to submit a random drug test. So he refused to do so initially. Later on, he did submit the drug test, and it was clean. However, the fact that he initially rejected the drug test and refused to do it got him in trouble. And finally, he was threatening people at the rehab center, saying things like, "I am good at using guns and knives."
Okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, because he was on probation for what happened with Rihanna, this is a violation of his probation, and that's why he's going to prison. Not because he didn't listen to people in rehab. That's not the real issue. The issue is the violation of the probation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I thought he should have gone to prison in the first place. And I think that a person that wasn't a celebrity or a millionaire under similar circumstances would have gone to prison, most likely. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for him, and this is basically chickens coming home to roost. And he still doesn't have any sense of like he's got to listen to anybody because he's above everything. He's above the law. And now come to find out that he's not above the law, so that's a positive thing. Now, having said all that, in some crazy, ironic way, found a little sympathy for him in the midst of this.
What?
I know. Not on the knives and gun stuff, but on all the rehab rules and like, oh no, you once touched an elbow and no. And apparently during one of the group sessions, he talked smack about the therapy, the rehab. Oh, you hurt our feelings at rehab since we run the rehab, and we're going to hold that against you.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. He has gotten away with so much, including beating his girlfriend, that I have no sympathy for him. He thinks he is above it, right? So he broke these rules, and to us, these rules sound ridiculous, but they were put in place because of who he is and what he's done in the past. So yeah, you get to face the consequences for being a dick, for thinking you are above it. And he will be behind bars at least until April 23rd. After that, the judge will decide what his fate will be. But I hope that he faces real consequences for it. Because do you think any other average American would be able to dodge jail time after beating up their girlfriend or their wife that way? Hell no.
No, as I said, I 100% agree with you on that. I just didn't love the way that it seemed like in rehab, the whole point is to get you to bow your head. And I know you're in rehab, and if you keep doing things like you used to do them, it's not going to help you. So they're trying to get you to a point where you break your old patterns, and I know that they're doing it to be helpful. But I felt like I would chafe at some of the rules, but maybe that's why I'm not in rehab. I know, right? But like all these things are like, oh, how could you possibly say something bad about our rehab? Or we're going to be spiteful about it. I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. But in the end, I thought he should have gone into jail in the first place. So
I know,
it's no big deal.
If there are people there that are trying to get clean, they're trying to get help, or whatever their issue is, and you have someone stand up and say, this is bullshit, I don't believe in this, and they're totally undermining it, I can see why that's a problem. I don't think it has to do with hurting their feelings. I think they're worried that that kind of behavior is going to have other people question the effectiveness of the facility when they're trying to get clean.
You keep making these rational points, okay? And what am I supposed to do, listen to them? I object.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've never been in rehab, so the usefulness of going with all of the putting your head down and bowing your head, I'm assuming if it's a decent rehab facility, that there's a reason behind it. I hadn't seen where you're coming from at first, but I mean, I think it's so hard to lean this way because we've been documenting how many mistakes this guy keeps making and keeps thinking he's doing the right thing. Now, where that's born from, that's where my sympathy comes from. He was abused as a kid. So that's why abused people a lot of times become abusers and insane. And you give that guy fame and money and support, and he go crazy. You know, they think they can do no wrong. I don't know when this is going to turn around. It looks like it's not going to.
And I feel the one thing that I do regret saying a little bit is, oh, I hope he does get thrown behind bars and he should face consequences. Obviously, he has real issues that need to be worked out, right? So he needs real therapy so he can actually get rehabilitated. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who you are and how terrible you are, I do want you to get rehabilitated. But I just hate that he believes in this notion that he is better than everyone else. He can do whatever he wants and he can get away with it. Right now he's behind bars and he's probably scratching his head wondering, like, how the hell did I get here? Well, that's what would happen to any other average American who broke the rules. Sorry.
Sorry.